One of the gladdest moments in human life, methinks, is the departure upon a distant journey to unknown lands, shaking off with one mighty effort the fetters of habit, the laden weight of routine, the cloak of many cares, and the slavery of civilization. Man once more feel happy. Captain Sir Richard Francis Burton by Edward Price, the New York Times bestseller where it was first published, is the biography and gripping story of a fierce, magnetic and brilliant man whose real-life accomplishments are the stuff of legends. Burton was a British geographer, explorer, translator, writer, soldier, Orientalist, cartographer, ethnologist, spy, linguist, poet, fencer, and diplomat. He was known for his travels and explorations within Asia, Africa, and the Americas, as well as his extraordinary knowledge of languages and cultures. According to one count, Burton spoke 29 European, Asian, and African languages. My name is Conrad, and I'm the Senior Vice President of Expeditions and Destination Management for Silversea Cruises. In this series of reviews, I have looked at some of the most remarkable explorers and personalities of our time. Today, I'm reminded about one of the best biographies I have ever read. It really goes into the life and travels of Sir Richard Francis Burton. The author, Ed Price, actually traveled to the sites of Burton's life, which gives us a close-up view of Burton's exotic nature. Burton was one of the first European adventurers to search for the source of the Nile, the first non-Muslim to enter, disguised, the forbidden cities of Mecca and Medina, and the first to travel through remote stretches of India, Near East, and Africa. This is a man who really did the things some only fantasize about in books like King Solomon's Mines and Indiana Jones. From his spying exploits to his startling literary accomplishments, the discovery and translation of the Kama Sutra and his 17-volume translation of Arabian Nights, Burton was an engrossing, larger-than-life Victorian figure. A complex man, full of bloody-minded paradoxes, high aspirations, and stupid mistakes. Restless as hell, bigoted, amazing, and very much a flawed character. Burton, for sure, is one of the most unique figures of the 19th century. If anyone from that era might qualify as a Renaissance man, surely it would be him. The very model of the 19th century explorer, but not only an explorer of the globe, but of the human experience. There doesn't appear to be any area of human existence that doesn't or did not fascinate or intrigue him. While he was often lionized in Victorian England, his interest extended into human sexuality as it was practiced in the various lands he traveled to, and scandalized many of his contemporaries, and most especially his wife, who spent a significant portion of the time immediately following his death burning as much of his writings as she could get her hands on. He was substantially disliked by those who needed his skills most because he had the nerve to respect the exotic cultures and peoples he experienced in India, Africa, and the Middle East. He really wanted to prick a pin in the then overinflated, stuffy arrogance of Victorian British, and he succeeded remarkably well in doing so. To his detriment of his career, Burton extensively criticized colonial politics or policies. He was a prolific and knowledgeable author and wrote numerous books and scholarly articles about subjects including human behavior, travel, falconry, sexual practices, and ethnography. He was a captain in the army of the East India Company, serving in India and later briefly also in the Crimean War. Following this, he was engaged by the Royal Geographical Society to explore the east coast of Africa and led an expedition guided by locals and became the first European to see Lake Tanganyika. Later in his life, he served as a consul in Fernando Po, Santos, Damascus, and finally in Trieste. He was a fellow of the Royal Geographical Society and was awarded a knighthood in 1886. They really don't seem to make men like this anymore. He was, without a doubt, a man larger than life, with boundless energy and intelligence and subtle sophistication that put him a century or more ahead of his time. Reading it opened my understanding about the issues he was instrumental in affecting. I'm convinced that this is a book that I will soon once again reread. Captain Sir Richard Francis Burton by Edward Price, an incredible read about a fascinating individual.